Paige is a good example to use when I'm explaining why everyone should learn how to post up. Not because of scoring, but because of the attention you're gonna get when you know how to score from the post. I'm about to break down the little details that goes into how Paige uses post ups to not only score, but to playmate for her teammates as well. If this video helps you learn the game in any way, please let me know in the comments. So before we get into the actual bucket in the post, I want you to see how all of this developed. Paige post-ups aren't just random. The wings try to get the ball to Paige in the post a good amount of times in the game. So for this first post-up of the game, it's a design set to get Paige the ball around the elbow. But the Sparks do a good job of detouring the post-up because of the presence of Azurá Stevens. There's no way Paige was going to post her up. But what she did do was get a feel for the coverage, spacing, and when to pick her spots. So right now, let's look at the spacing. You got an occupied corner, entry pass on the wing, and then the high post, and then Paige at the elbow. Probably not the ideal spacing for Paige. So when she gets the ball, I call this CTL. Notice how she catch, turn, and look. With her feel for the game, she already know Azurá is in the area, but when she looks and see Julie coming to double, now she can process where her next read is, and that's to kick the ball out. And even though we get a miss, that's not the point. The point is to set yourself up to be successful later in the game. And if you don't be patient and get a feel for the game, then you won't be able to process the game good enough to know where your shots can come from later on in the game. So here's the second post up for Paige. But this time, notice something. We got the empty corner, which means there's no help from the baseline. We got a shooter at the top of the key and a potential hammer action on the baseline and an entry pass on the wing. So now, when Paige gets the ball, her fundamentals are the same. CTL, catch, turn, and look. The entry passer moves and occupy her defender. And because she catch, turned, and look, Paige can see all of this developing. She knows she has limited space and dribbles. But with the right spacing, she knows where she can get her shot from. And since she's so much bigger than Kelsey Plum, why waste a dribble? Square up to the basket, and she is money from mid-range every single time. But patience is the thing that set this up. Now the game becomes a chess match, because if you're the Dallas Wings, you want to try and post Paige on the block as much as possible. At that point, it becomes easy pickings. But listen, this is the real world. The Sparks will not let her get one-on-one in the paint. So on the catch, you're going to see Rickea Jackson rotate over and all eyes are on Paige. So there's really no room to attack any gaps. This is where her playmaking comes into play. Now her teammates have to capitalize as well too. With all the attention Paige is getting, there has to be movement, and Paige is able to get her head around, scan the floor, and find an open shooter. But the thing I like about Paige, she's so smart. She's always looking for opportunities to play out a post. Now, every time they switched Kelsey on him, she went straight down to that block and tried to seal. But watch her point and tell JJ, swing the ball. Why? Because she got her sealed on the outside of the paint. There's no way Kelsey can get to this ball. Now, because of that, it's going to force Rickea to have to help down, and every time you get a paint touch, the defense will collapse, and then you have to make plays. Do you understand the importance of learning how to score out of the post, and how much offense you can generate just by being a post-scoring threat? If you do understand this or have any questions, please let me know in the comments.